What's up, Flannelverse and Run Pure Sports? Back with my friend John today. And for the first time, we're doing something a little bit different. We have been doing DraftKings drafts every week, but next week we know we're going to be doing DraftKings. So John said, hey, if you want to do drafters today, you can all allow it, because I am a drafters partner right now. So John is allowing me to do some drafters stuff. And if you haven't already signed up on Drafters, you can use my promo code. It is PlayerQ. If you're in the Flannelverse, you can find it in the description of this video. You'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. The beautiful thing, on top of the deposit match, obviously 100% up to $100. That's great in and of itself. We're also chasing overlay on Drafters right now, filling pretty slowly. We need, we've got over 40,000 spots left in the main event contest between now to fill between now and the end of drafting season. So we have quite a bit left there. So looking at potential overlay and some promos. They're always throwing up promos. So highly recommend checking out Drafters if you haven't already done so. But on top of all of that, I've got free rankings for Drafters. I put those out on X. They're in the Flannelverse Discord, which is free to join. You can find them in the Best Ball channel there. So if you want to check out Drafters, you want to get in with us quickly, just sign up real quick using the link in the description of the video on the Flannelverse, or just using promo code PlayerQ, and then you can use my rankings if you want them. They're updated as of some news today, and John, I know you're itching to get in here, so we can talk about it. But Jaden Higgins potentially injured. Najee Harris just signed for your guy Felix. So Charles says wrong mic. Probably when people say, "Are you on the wrong mic?" I am always on the wrong mic. So yes. I think it should be fixed now. Do I sound better? Okay. Much better now on the correct mic. I literally don't even know like where the other mic is. I don't have another microphone around me. Where am I talking to when I'm not on this mic? It's very confusing for me.
Is it just the mic of your Mac or your computer or whatever? It's got to be.
I don't even know where that is though.
It's just like in your computer. So that's why it sounds
it's in the computer.
I don't know. Like it's like,
sorry, that was a Zoolander reference. Zoolander reference.
It's your computer mic or whatever. So like it sometimes my computer does the same thing where sometimes if I don't before I enter StreamYard, if I don't plug my mic in, it'll automatically go to the iMac speakers or the iMac mic. And it will connect to that. And so I'll have to go in manually to the settings and switch it. And that might be what you're doing. Maybe you're connecting your mic after you jump into the StreamYard. And that's why it's going to your computer mic first.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But man, I was going to wait until you were done with your intro to let you know that the mic was fun, because I don't want to interrupt you because you were on a roll right there. But yeah, this sounds so much better.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's like kind of far away and I speak as though I'm speaking into my microphone. So I don't enunciate. I don't try to project my voice when I'm speaking into the microphone, because I don't want to be shouting at people. Okay. That is, I'm glad to hear that. I do want to give a shout out to Felix, who's been drafting Najee Harris in every single draft. And I thought it was just a wasted pick. And I still kind of think it might be a wasted pick, but it might not be, because he signed with the Giants today. And maybe he's got a role there. Maybe he's in front of Tyrone Tracy. I don't know. What is your rapid reaction to that one, John?
Well, first of all, I love how you went from shout out to our guy Felix to it might be a wasted pick. I don't know. I still kind of feel like
it's no longer guaranteed to be.
Yes, it's no longer guaranteed to be. He is at least on a roster for now. First of all, he signs doesn't mean he's going to make the team. Let's just throw that one out there. We assume there's a reason behind, trying to sign a Najee Harris and stuff like that. And maybe you look good enough to where they're like, okay, we feel comfortable. It might just be, though, the Giants are not comfortable with who they have on the roster right now at running back. We know for a fact the Giants were into Kenneth Walker in free agency. That's a fact. They were looking at running backs in free agency. They didn't obviously get Kenneth Walker, but they were looking at these other running backs. There was, I think, some links to maybe a Jeremiah Love if he fell. So we already know that maybe they weren't feeling the most comfortable with their room already. Is it Cam Scatterboo and coming back from that gruesome injury? And they don't want to put a ton on his plate early. So they want someone who can take a little bit more of the load off of him that they trust. That could be it. It could also be, and my buddy, I know one Giants fan, my great friend Beanair, who is sometimes in chat. We love Beanair. He's our resident Giants fan. and also my guy NYG fan. So I have 2 Giants fans that I'm friends with. But he was telling me that a lot of people are talking in New York about how the coaching staff is not in love with Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary already, like the backups. And I can't remember the other guy that's there, the 4th guy, but they weren't in love with those guys. And that might be why it's not just the blown play. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like the blown play for whatever reason, Tyrone Tracy was going to run a route. Like, I don't know if there was a mix up with him and Dart and he was supposed to stay in and block. That could be it. I don't know if the plan was for him to run a route. All I know is his plan in his head, Neil, was to run a route because he took 2 steps out like he was going towards the flat. And then he was like, oh shit, this guy's about to kill my quarterback. And he tries to come back, but he slips and he can't get there. And Jackson Dart gets blown up. And, that play is history. Dart goes to the medical tent. And then we're all like, well, it's got to be that. They might just not have been into Tracy even before that play. You know what I mean? Because there were rumblings about them in free agency looking at running backs, in the draft looking at running backs. So I don't know. Do I think Najee Harris is going to actually be a thing in 2026? No, I do not. I don't think he's going to do anything noteworthy. But can they trust him to go out there and pass protect? I think they could, you know what I mean? So could he just be going out there to maybe pass protect, maybe take a few carries off the plate of Cam Scatterboo? It's possible.
So I did update my rankings, which again, free. I updated them for drafters. I did move Cam Scatterboo down a little bit, like down kind of into the next tier back, like with the Judkins and Bucky Irving, that group. Whereas he had been like pretty clearly ahead of that tier because, just having more bodies there. He also, I don't think has looked like himself really in the little clips that I've seen in the preseason. But I moved Tyrone Tracy down to like the 160s. Like to me, Tyrone Tracy, the reason to draft him previously, and I know people will point out, well, he's had multiple 1,000-yard seasons in a row, all-purpose yards in a row. So that's why you want to draft Tyrone Tracy. He's going to do it again. And I've always been a little bit skeptical of that. Like I think it's happened because Scatterboo got hurt last year. But now it's part of the reason to draft him previously was I wasn't that nervous about Devin Singletary. It was like, okay, they've got Scatterboo, they've got Tracy. They're probably not really using anybody else. So he's got some standalone role and then great contingent upside. Well, now I'm not sure about either of those things. Like he might just have his job taken from him by Najee Harris, or at least like part of it where he was already the 1B and now he's the one, B/C split kind of thing. So I'm not really planning on drafting Tyrone Tracy unless he falls pretty far at this point. And then I also did, I put Najee Harris inside my top like 230 or something. So he is like draftable. I'm probably still not going to get there yet, but a little bit more camp height. Maybe I will move him up enough that I'll have some Najee Harris. He also does have the benefit on drafters in particular. So looks like this one filled for anybody who has not drafted on drafters yet. This is a cumulative scoring contest. So rather than like having your pod of 12 players that you draft against, and then you play against them weeks 1 through 14, and then we have pods each week in other formats. This is just cumulative scoring. So you're playing against the entire field, the entire season, just to see who scores the most points. So Najee Harris in this kind of format, I do think is a little bit better because he hasn't really been drafted. He doesn't have an ADP right now on drafters. So we're, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through. I forget exactly where we are, but somewhere around 2/3 of the way through the contest. And he's probably not on more than a handful of teams at this point. So he will be low owned in this. This is a large field contest, whereas others, it's kind of like a bunch of smaller field contests back to back to back. This is just one large field contest. So I do think there is some benefit to taking Najee in a format like this.
Are you trying to sell yourself and me as we get into this contest that we should draft Najee Harris? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I don't want to draft him anyway. but at some point, if the hype gets there, I could.
Wait, we got to ask Felix. Has Felix drafted on drafters yet?
That's a good point because that would increase the number by like 100.
100%.
Clear Bijan, right?
Yeah, Bijan.
102.
Yep. No, this will be the first draft I've seen over here on draft. Okay, so yes, he has drafted. All so right. He is not, he's more than 0% owned on this in this drafters contest. is what
However, if we take him with a Bijan Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs, you're still going to be the only one who has that combo because Felix takes Jamar Chase over those two every time. So he'll have Jamar Chase with Najee, but he won't have any Bijan or Jahmyr Gibbs with Najee.
Unbelievable. Mike Evans just got his left foot and ankle wrapped in ice. Looks like his practice is done for the day.
That sounded precautionary to me. That one didn't really scare me. I didn't move him in my rankings at all.
No, it's just funny. We just have this day. You know, I sent out the tweet, Neil. I was just like, the practice violence that we wake up to the last few days has just been insane. You know what I mean? It's just we wake up to the Breece Hall thing yesterday. And then today, you know, Tyquan Thornton goes down. Quentin Johnston goes out with a limp. You know, we got the Kyle Manung guy is going to be out for weeks yesterday. Like, there's just so many like little things popping up right now. That's like, maybe it's significant. The Chargers lose their center, which it looks really bad for Tyler Biadasz. That's a really, really bad loss for the Chargers. The center position, that was like one of their biggest pickups in free agency, was the center position. And they were pumped about it. Like, he was pumped to be in that system. They were pumped overall to get someone like Tyler Biadasz, just a vet. I'm not saying he's like the best center in the world, but he's someone who's played in the NFL. He has had issues with staying healthy, but when he's played in the NFL, he's been pretty productive. And on a team like this, where Mike McDaniel is going to get the most out of these guys, like he did last year with Aaron Brewer and that offensive line, you know, that offensive line was going to look like probably one of the best on paper. And, you know, we saw what happened last year. It's like one guy goes down, then another guy goes down, and then they're just, you know, getting held on. It's like glue, you know what I mean? Where you're just like trying to glue and like hold things together. So hopefully that doesn't happen with the Chargers, but I don't know, man. It feels like they just, maybe the fantasy gods are not in love with Justin Herbert or something. I don't know. And you're on mute.
Yeah, I was on mute. Agreed. But also, Omarion Hampton might be the biggest loser from this group. He already went in this draft. I had moved him pretty far down my rankings. I've been kind of lower on Omarion Hampton already. But yeah, this is with obviously the missile being a huge thorn in Hampton's side. And now the offensive line was the one thing that was like, well, that's the reason to draft him, is that they have a strong offensive line. Now with that being kind of in question, a little bit tougher to get there on Omarion Hampton.
So I gotta. Well, let's take the next guy here, and then we'll talk about it. Who are you into right here?
I like Malik Neighbors, but if you are scared about him, want to take somebody else, I'm fine with that.
I mean, I'm not scared by him. Let's click him. Right. Hopefully, the guy that I want gets back to us. We'll see. I don't want to, just in case someone's listening out there. You never know. I don't want to. I'll spoil. We got 2 picks left. He might go though. We'll see.
Yeah.
Josh. Oh, we got a chance now. Josh Allen just went.
I'm very curious who you want.
Yeah, I think Chris Olave is the pick here. I moved him up in my ranks. And I was already taking him sometime at like the 2-3 turn when I'd get these Gibbs. I would already do that sometimes because he pairs, you know, like on DraftKings stuff, he pairs nice with the Bijan stuff anyways. But either way, like I think with Jordan Tyson out for 2 months, we haven't gotten to this yet. One of the biggest injuries that we've gotten so far in fantasy football, Jordan Tyson going from like, we'll see. I think he's okay, but we got to get, and then we heard like he's getting opinions, like multiple opinions, second, third. It's never good when they're getting multiple opinions on an injury. And, you know, Jordan Tyson, to me, he might just be the next Christian Watson, where he's going to struggle for a couple years until he really gets whatever's going on figured out. Like Christian Watson went, I forget where he went, but he went somewhere and they did like a full, like, just like, okay, what's going on with the body here? And they kind of like fixed them, you know, all around and got, it seems like got the hamstring right. And it might be something that Jordan Tyson, who's been dealing with, you know, injuries, and this was one of the things coming out, that maybe he could have slide a little bit because he had that injury and now he gets hurt for 2 months. It does feel like, even though they say it's 2 months, Neil, I even worry about him a little bit when he gets back. Is he just one of those guys that they push to get him back and then he just re-injures it again? It scares me, the Jordan Tyson stuff.
Yeah, scares me also. Anytime you have like any player coming in with an injury makes me nervous, but especially a rookie, like just missing so much time to get acclimated to the team, to get used to your quarterback. All of that as a rookie is just a huge setback. And this is kind of a big one where he's not expected to be back for at least a couple months. I love the Chris Olave call. I thought about moving him up even more in my rankings. I've got Rashee Rice and Trey McBride ahead of him. I think that's totally, like, to me, that's all one tier. So totally defensible. I like the pick there with Chris Olave. I could move him up more. Again, I was thinking about it. I just didn't quite get there. Didn't know exactly how far to move him up, but really strong pick.
It's him, Devontae. Like, I got Ladd a little higher than most people. So I mean, just buying some of these good offenses. I think Chris Olave is in a really good offense, and no Jordan Tyson's got to help him a little bit. So
I know none of us are victory lapping injuries, but Jeremiah Love at 40 here. You've been completely out on Jeremiah Love, waiting for him to get to the fourth round. Are you drafting him at all now? Has he fallen to where you're?
Every time he falls in where I have him ranked, which is 35th overall.
Okay.
I click him, which is 35. We're talking almost a 3-4 turn right before that. So yeah, I think he's a good click in the fourth round. And I would buy it. It does suck because the high ankle sprains do sometimes linger, but I guess at that point you just bet on talent, and you bet that, like, hopefully he can come back and it doesn't linger. You know what I mean? We don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, we're doctors. You know what I mean? We're not fucking doctors. We don't actually know what's going on. Some of these guys come back from these injuries though, Neil, and they're fine. So I don't know.
I mean, Egbuka at 47, we have to click that, right?
Yes.
I know he's dealing with turf toe, so I don't love that, but like, this is so far past ADP.
I think you just take the ADP fall at that point and live with it. And I don't know who you're planning with the next pick, but you have a good chance. There's a couple guys here that I think are really good clicks. So
there's one that I know you think is a really good click, but I'll let you make this next pick.
I think there's like 4 that are really good clicks. So
I actually do too. Yeah. So Burden goes. That was the one that I know you love, but also we already have 3 receivers, so didn't fit our team quite as well.
He can always fit my team.
We could have made it work.
Fit him right in there, Neil. I don't care. I'll fit him right in there if I have to.
I didn't realize DeAndre Swift went at 36 or 37 in this one. Colson Loveland 36. All right, who do you like here?
Do we want to lean into the Saints a little bit? We could go ETN. I think it's ETN or Montgomery or
one of the 3 running backs.
I think it's ETN here.
Yeah, again, taking the ADP fall.
5th round, man.
Saints. Yeah.
I don't know how you bypass that, really. Listen, A. Robinson 11, really technical analysis there. What do you fucking want from us? Okay, I am not a doctor. All right, I must have forgot my PhD before I left for my office here.
I wasn't sure if he was being sarcastic or if he was being genuine with a really technical. That was a few minutes ago, so I don't know at what point that was said. And I don't know him.
It seems sarcastic, but if I'm wrong and A. Robinson was being serious, then I will apologize. Okay, I will not apologize. I refuse to apologize either way.
You won't apologize either way. Okay.
No,
I'll apologize to him if he was being sincere.
He's on your channel, so I refuse to apologize to him anyways. I don't know.
No, he's on your channel.
No, whatever.
That's right. Yeah. That's funny.
Still no apology. Definitely sarcastic. Do not apologize. I like this guy. Okay, this is my type of guy. He told me not to apologize.
Yeah, that's great.
Keep shitting on us. It's fine.
This has been the new thing for me. I don't know if this has been happening for you also the past couple of days since I've been just labeling my drafts fantasy football drafts. Is I've been getting a lot of season-long questions, which I'm happy to answer them. If people want to come in, ask their season-long questions.
Hey man, people are drafting their season-long teams, this week, next week. This is the prime season-long draft period. Next couple of weeks.
Yeah. All right, wait. In a 12-man half PPR league, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and 2 flex, Do you keep Josh Allen, AJ Brown, or Kenneth Walker? I don't have a first, second, and third picks, so you can only keep one of these three. That's tough.
Wait a second. You don't have your first, second, and third round picks? Huh.
Yeah. Give us more context. So you can only keep one player. Is that what's going on?
So that's what it sounds like to me, Neil. And it also sounds like he loses the first 3 rounds, which means in a season-long thing, I would want to keep Josh Allen in this question. But I think with him not having the first 3 picks, it makes it like maybe worse to keep Josh Allen because quarterback, he only needs to start one. And it's probably the deepest position of those positions that'll have left to pick from.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It was going to be between AJ Brown and Kenneth Walker for me either way, to be honest. That's tough.
I'd go Kenny Walker, but Neil would probably say AJ Brown.
Kenneth Walker has more longevity probably at this point. So this is a league where you can keep a player every year. Man, it's really tough between those two. Yeah.
It's tough not to keep Josh Allen just because
that is true. Just the clear QB1 every year.
No, like Kyle, my answer would be Josh Allen. The problem with that though is the fact that you don't have your first, second, and third round pick.
Yeah.
So my point behind this is like you only start one quarterback. I assume a lot of people in your league are keeping a running back because in season-long leagues, people always lean running backs, right? They only lean like quarterbacks or stud tight ends if they have the top like 3 guys, maybe. So I think I would assume a lot of running backs get kept. So the running back pool by the time you get up might be super thin.
So
it is Kenny Walker or Josh Allen though.
To me, it sounds like you're not playing for this year because you don't have your first, second, or third round picks, and you only get to keep one player, right? So if I'm understanding correctly, he's only going to have one player on his team, and he won't be able to pick until the 4th round.
And
so
won't be able to,
you're going to have a weak team this year, so you want the one who's going to be the best dynasty asset.
Think about it too, like what quarterbacks can be there in the 4th, 5th round, in a season-long league. Like you can still find decent quarterbacks probably in a season-long league. You're going to have a tough time finding in a keeper league a stud running back.
All right, Jaden Daniels, Drake May are the top of my list. There's Chris Godwin, Sam Laporta. It's kind of gross. That's kind of why I have the quarterbacks ranked up here, is just because it's kind of gross. Is there anybody that you like here, though?
No, Drake May or Jaden probably would be the pick.
Do you have a preference between those two?
I lean Drake May, but I think they're really close.
I think they are too. Yeah, I have Jaden ranked ahead. I think that he is like people just don't like Jaden Daniels right now. And I think he's like falling because of that, which is kind of funny. We could take both of them now.
We could take both of them and just be done.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah. It's not that I hate Jaden Daniels. I just think losing his best tackle is going to really affect them. It's going to affect the offense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Drake May to me just seems like nice, safe, secure type pick. You know what I mean? The offense is going to be pretty good. They get multiple weapons on that team. They have 2 good running backs. I think the offensive line, which was their weak point offensively, probably is a little bit better this year. I don't know. Just like all the moves to me, whereas like Washington, it's like, I know they got Steph Diggs, but their moves compared to the Patriots moves, like give me the Patriots skill guys over Washington skill guys any day of the week.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Although Washington's gotten a lot better with Stephon Diggs signing, that helps a bit at least. But yeah, no, I think Drake May is like the comfiest click for me on the board, I think. So definitely with you on that. This is still throwing me off. So he says, I also have Rashee Rice and Bucky Irvin. Could you cut them instead? Because I would rather have AJ Brown and Kenneth Walker than either AJ Brown or Kenneth Walker than either of these two. So if you could cut them, those are the 2 I would cut.
Yeah, I would definitely cut those guys if you could. I think he's saying like I could keep those guys though. You know what I mean?
Like he has to keep those guys, and then
like he has the ability to keep those guys. I don't think that's it. It's Josh Allen or Kenny Walker are your 2 selections. Yeah. AJ Brown, Kenneth Walker, and Josh Allen are all dynasty players.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That would be my take. Running back or quarterback.
I think that works. All right. Well, we'll go with Josh Allen. I think then you like Josh Allen the best. I think he is like just a clearly great dynasty asset. So I think that's a strong one. Here's another one. Drafting 6 out of 12, had CMC last year. I don't know if he can go hold up 2 straight years. Is James Cook too much of a reach at 6? I don't think so. Do you think James Cook is too much of a reach?
No, that's a season-long question too.
I assume so.
Yeah, I don't think he's a reach at all. I think 6 is very reasonable for James Cook. If CMC doesn't stay healthy, it's a bet against CMC staying healthy, in which I think if you're out on CMC, that's pretty much most people's take is like, hey, I just don't trust him to stay healthy for 17 games after the workload last year and everything like that. But we all know if CMC plays 17 games, Neil, I posed this question yesterday when I was on stream to Felix, who was on with me, but like, where would you rank CMC if I guaranteed you 17 games of health?
Yeah, he would be probably the 103.
I think he'd definitely be the 103.
Yeah.
The only reason he wouldn't be like 102 is I think you're going to get more like explosive games, like bigger ceiling games out of Bijan and Gibbs. But you could make the case the consistency would be on CMC side.
Yeah, I mean, he's just the workload is there. Like that's the part of the issue is like he has such a heavy workload that it makes the risk of injury higher for CMC than other players. But if you can guarantee that workload for 17 games, yeah, sign me up. I mean, obviously the same goes for like Jameer. If you can guarantee,
I was gonna say
17 games, yeah,
Gibbs is the same thing. Like Gibbs' workload is going to be insane. Same with Bijan. I expect Bijan to just get peppered. I mean, he's got 2 at quarterback. What do you think they're going to do?
Yeah, they're
going to be throwing 2-yard ducks to him.
All right, top of my ranks is Blake Corum, Quentin Johnston.
Don't think, Kraft. Just click that button.
Corum?
Yeah.
Love it.
Love Blake Corum. One of my highest drafted players, Blake Corum.
Do I have the most recent? Yeah, new August. Okay, I think this is good. I have, okay. Do you like QJ at 98? I mean, this is way past the ADP, 20 picks past the ADP. He just did get hurt in practice today.
Yeah, I mean, QJ at 98 kind of makes sense, but it's the injury that's making him fall. Also, the Tucker Kraft fall is kind of interesting.
Would you rather do that? Like,
do we have a tight end?
We don't have a tight end yet.
I would click that, honestly, unless you just want the QJ fall.
Nah, let's do Tucker. Like, I'm not that high on QJ. Like 98 to me is like where he should be going, closer to where he should be going without the injury. So,
yeah, I doubt he keeps falling.
Yeah, probably not too far. I mean, depends on the extent of the injury. So yeah, we might regret it, but Tucker Kraft at 98 feels pretty good regardless. Mike Kimmy says, love watching you guys. Low stakes player from South Boston. You helped me get 2 into Puppy 1 last year. You and you'll work together with each other. Yeah, we do work well together. Love doing these streams.
Southie guy right there. Shout out
Southie,
Mike.
yeah.
Well, Southie action right there.
You're not a Southie guy, are you?
I'm not, but obviously I live 45 minutes outside of Boston. I've been to Southie plenty of times before. So yeah, been there. No, I know Southie pretty well.
I honestly don't know like my Boston neighborhoods as well as you would expect me to for somebody who went to school just outside of Boston in Somerville. Like a lot of people would be exploring Boston,
considering you went to school out there.
But I was in Somerville, so like not actually in Boston. I also had a long distance girlfriend, so I didn't spend as much time in Boston because I was visiting her every other weekend, basically. Yeah,
Damn, so we got a Gloucester guy in here too. Man, Gloucester. We're just all over the place right now. Coach is in Gloucester. Love that.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever been to Gloucester. What's the other one? There's Gloucester, and then there's another one that's just like it.
Somerville's
Worcester.
Oh, well, that's where I'm from.
Oh, you're from Worcester. Okay.
Well, yeah, I live right outside of Worcester in a town right outside of Worcester. Yep.
Nice.
That's where I grew up.
Have you been to Somerville?
Oh yeah. I've been to Somerville. I had a buddy who owned a place out in Somerville that I go down and see once in a while. That actually he's the same buddy who knows Gronk.
Oh, nice.
It's that guy. So yeah.
Fun. Yeah. Yep. I mean, do you have like little like squares out where you are? Like that's kind of the beauty of Boston is like Davis Square was like in Somerville. And then like I actually moved around Somerville a little bit and I was close to, I forget the names of the other squares, but there was always like a little square around us. And you don't get that like other parts of the country very often. It's kind of a fun, like quaint little thing in Boston. Do you have that out where you are as well?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
Too bad.
It's Boston and Worcester are very different. Similar, but different.
More just like a classic suburb.
Boston is way cooler. Worcester is not cool at all.
And Worcester's just a suburb, right? So you got like strip malls and chain restaurants.
It's a city.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's like the second biggest city.
In Massachusetts, really?
I think so. I could be wrong. I don't know. Don't quote me on this.
Okay, chat.
Big city though.
Chat, have you heard of Worcester before? And can you spell it?
I do love
this big city that JSU is from.
I do love how you already got the Worcester accent where you just went Worcester.
I mean, that's because I think it's funny because it was one of those like when I moved there, it's like, oh, Worcestershire or wwhatever. And then you hear people say, like, what? That's not what that says.
Worcester is cow country. It is not cow country.
Okay, these are not my updated rankings because I do not have Kamanunga this high. Do you want to go with Dalton Kincaid or man?
Dalton Kincaid is the Chuba Fall far.
Oh, Chuba Fall is kind of nice. Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah, do that because we're almost up. So this gives us a second here to regroup if we need to.
Yeah.
I don't love Chuba, but at 120 or 119, whatever that was, like, I feel like that's a pretty good buy price. You could do the Romeo Dobbs thing if you want a quarterback pairing. I think Casey, how far down is Casey Concepcion?
Yeah, we could definitely do Casey Concepcion here.
The only reason I say it is he's not coming back if you like him, or we could do the Dobbs pairing.
Yeah, we only have 3 wide receivers right now. Oh, Dobbs goes.
Dalton Kincaid, George Kittle, Concepcion. I think those are the.
Yeah. Who's your preference between those? I'm happy to take Concepcion if that's the way you want to go.
It'd be him or Kincaid. I think there's better there's good tight ends later, but if you want Kincaid, we can take him.
No, let's do Concepcion.
Yeah. He had some really good coach speak from Modkin about just like getting him the ball more, finding all these different ways. And it sounded like he's very, very bullish on Casey as a player and just a playmaker, trying to get him involved in any way possible, which I think is the right thing to do with that offense, obviously. Yeah,
he's fun, man. Just seeing the plays in the preseason was like, oh my God, this guy's a baller. Does that worry you at all for Harold Fannin? Like, because Harold Fannin, like, he was such like
I think he kind of hurts him, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I think that's why he had that little fall too. It was like the injury, but then also like, oh, Denzel Boston looks pretty good. We know Casey Concepcion looks really fun. It's like, okay, how many guys? Quinshon Judkins goes in the 50s. Like, how many guys from Cleveland are actually going to hit those price tags, especially if those rookie receivers are good? They feel like maybe little bit of better bets, but also with tight end. I don't know about you, but I really like doing like the early tight ends or waiting on tight end. I'm not as into like the middle tight ends. Like I like Tucker Kraft when he falls 15 picks past ADP, or Sam Laporta if they fall like that. But I'm not as into like taking those guys unless we get a big ADP fall. Because I think it's like there's a top tier and then there's that next tier. And the next tier is the tier that I kind of want to be a little lower on than the field.
So I struggle with that because I kind of agree, except like if I get to that point in the draft where it's like between Sam Laporta and DK Metcalf or something, where it's just like it's kind of a gross range, then I'll be like, all right, I kind of hate everybody here, so I guess I'll just take the onesie because I don't really like DK Metcalf or Cortland Sutton or like the receivers that go in that range. So if it's between those tight ends or like Harold Fannin versus I'm trying to think who goes there.
Kyle Pitts.
Well, Harold Fenton or Kyle Pitts versus the wide receivers who go there, where it's like, all right, I really like the receiver range like 20 picks later, but like there's kind of that gross receiver
I
range.
get you. I get you. It's like the
Matthew
range.
Golden.
Yeah. I think Matthew Golden's a
Yeah,
pretty good.
I moved him up. So yeah, so now he's closer to those guys.
I tried to tell Sack that they're not gonna do the Jaden Reed thing in 12 personnel, and I just tried. The optimism I respect on Jaden Reed, but it's just what you hope is. I was playing in the garden. Now you can start a show, JSU. Well, there we go, Rich. By the way, did you see that I was vindicated? Mike Kimmy came in, our guy from Southie, and said Worcester is the biggest city outside of Boston.
No, I haven't got there in chat yet, so I'll keep scrolling down.
Let's go, Mike.
Coach from Gloucester, Drake May and AJ gonna feed families. Yes, this is funny. Spellcast is 45 minutes outside Boston, either 2 states over or 2 miles away during rush hour. That is, man, Boston rush hour. I had to drive through Boston.
So brutal.
Hour. It was I had my driver's license, but I had not been driving in college because like I didn't have a car out there. I just took the T everywhere. So I was like not driving at all, but then had to like after a cross country meet, I had to drive like the big ass van for like the big ass team van. And it was like the first time I'd driven in like months. And like at that point, I'm just not driving much at all. So I'm already like at that point kind of nervous about driving because I just wasn't doing it that much.
Yeah.
And still fairly young. But I was like a junior. So, not that young, but driving the damn team van. And then we ended up next to Fenway in rush hour. Okay, I'll make this.
Whoa,
and now
young guy.
143 feels like a good price.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, they said he's going to be out for a couple weeks. So is he back week 1? Is he only going to miss 1 or 2 weeks? Like if he only misses 1 or 2 weeks, Neil, that's a good tag right there. That's a really good price for Kyle Monangai, especially if he's only going to be out like a week or 2. They could be cautious with him and hold him out for week 1. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
and be back week 2 and everything be okay. So I think at that point you take the dip.
Any wide receivers or tight ends you like here?
So tight ends. This is the Trey Harris or Keenan Allen debate.
Yeah, who do you like here?
It's got to be one of those two. I maybe Trey Harris.
I would still say Trey Harris.
We passed up on QJ, so maybe Trey Harris. But
and that's a good point. Also, the QJ injury potentially helps Trey Harris.
Yes, and Marquee Sports, our guy spoke to both of you about Keenan. What do you think of the pickup by the Colts? I think if I remember correctly, you asked me on Sunday, and I'm pretty sure I said you asked me which team he was going to go to, and I'm pretty sure I told you the Colts was my answer to that. I gave one answer, and it was the Colts, which I think was kind of obvious in a way, just because of the Shane Steichen, Keenan Allen. They kind of had that connection and stuff like that. So you had that, but also you can make the case the Alec Pierce injury stuff just seems to be getting worse and worse. And it's like, okay, we got to do this. You know what I mean? Like not only are we thin at receiver, but we're thin at receiver, and our number one receiver might not even, might not even be with us for a week or who knows how long. I have no idea. Like we got to go get someone. So I think it's a good pickup for the Colts. It's a good pickup for Daniel Jones. I would bump Daniel Jones a little bit. It's a perfect receiver to go with a quarterback that is probably not going to be as mobile as we'd like, and is probably going to be in the pocket a ton with that coming back from that injury. So, Keenan's going to be that security blanket type thing right there against zone. He's going to, find the sweet spot, be a quarterback friendly target. It does hurt Josh Downs, which does kind of suck. And there goes Keenan right there at 157, I think. But the only thing I'll say about Josh Downs is, like, I think at this point, if Josh Downs starts to slide, Neil, I think I'm going to keep clicking him, because even though Keenan hurts him, the Alec Pierce stuff is so odd to me. What if it's just Josh Downs, Keenan out? Like, what if it's those two guys are the receivers? Like, I don't know. So, yeah, I think it's a great pickup for the Colts. It sucks if you have Josh Down bags, as long as Pierce is back. But the Pierce thing kind of throws a wrench into everything. I don't know what to think about the Pierce thing.
Yeah, like I agree with you. It's clearly a bad sign for Alec Pierce that they signed Keenan Allen. Maybe they're going to anyway, but like, I don't know. Things seem ominous for Alec Pierce. So he's the one that it's like, you're really hurting if you have a lot of Alec Pierce, because you people are drafting him in, the 80s, maybe even the 70s some, and now he's looking like he's probably going to be missing some time. I wouldn't be shocked if Alec Pierce misses half. This is not a prediction, but like I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, yeah, he's going to miss the first half of the season.
Predict. That's a prediction right there.
I mean, it does sound like a prediction.
Neil said he's going to miss the first half
I just
of
said
the season.
it. Alec Pierce missing the first half of the season.
Adjust your ranks accordingly. Neil said Alec Pierce is done for at least 8 games, maybe 9.
Guaranteed.
When's the Colts bye week? Week 13. He will be
missing
done
the first 12 weeks.
13.
Yeah.
Jacoby Lane goes there.
Ooh, man, do we want CJ Stroud at 167? Or Terrence Ferguson?
Oh yeah, T Ferg.
Okay.
We
just went Ferguson over Chigakonkwo, by the way, which is interesting.
Oh yeah, that might have been bad, but no, it's not bad. We took T Ferg. It's fine.
We might get both, honestly.
How many receivers do we have?
We have 5 receivers. We're at 2-5-5-2.
Do we go receiver or do we go Chig?
Chig goes.
Okay.
I'm all about Travis Hunter, but there are other receivers I like also.
Who are the receivers you like? Click Travis Hunter, and then like who are the?
Well, here's my rankings. Travis Hunter, Tank Dell I like quite a bit. Pat Bryant I like quite a bit.
I like Travis Hunter, Pat Bryant. You know what I've been pushing up a ton is Cyrus Allen.
Yeah.
I've been clicking him a lot. I assume we're gonna go Travis Hunter.
Yeah, 170. I have him ranked way higher than that. JSU, one thing about drafters that is different from other sites is there's a little chat here, which I don't think I've ever clicked it, but I see the little 3 right there. Do I risk it? Do I click that on stream?
Are they talking shit?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Click it.
Duan trying to go all white on skill players. Rashid Mendenhall challenge. Is it Rashid Mendenhall? No, I'm forgetting what
talking to himself. I love that.
Yeah. That's funny.
Just keep going at that point.
Yeah. Let's see. Who does he have? So we went, McCaffrey, Bowers. So that's where it ends, which is 2.
He fucked it up.
Yeah.
Better luck next time.
Interesting strategy.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works out for him.
I don't know if it's going to work out.
Yeah. But yeah, Hunter at 170. Do you have any concern about the fact that he was not playing with the offense today?
No, I know what Hunter's going to be. We all know what Hunter's going to be.
Yeah.
Liam Cohen said it. He is the 3A, 3B receiver. Like on the depth chart, he's technically like 4th or behind Brian Thomas or whatever. But he's like the guy, whoever gets hurt, Travis Hunter's going to like slot in. You know what I mean? So like you're Travis Hunter might be the 4th receiver, but he's like the backup to whoever ends up getting hurt.
Yeah.
And he'll also play some anyways, with all of those guys healthy. So no, I think you've got like that, contingency upside with Travis Hunter at 170. And, at that point you click the button, you know what I mean? He's talented. I know he plays cornerback some, so that's what people's pushback are going to be, but he's a cornerback, yes, but he also plays wide receiver, you know what I mean? So, and the role can be greater as the season goes. Like, we don't know how the season's going to shake out, obviously, but like what happens when Parker Washington goes down or Brian Thomas goes down? Like that is Travis Hunter to the moon, and you're getting him at 170. And if none of that stuff happens, you're still probably going to get 2 or 3 games where he hits your lineups, which is good enough.
Yeah. I mean, you and I are on the same page clearly about Travis Hunter. Big fan of it, where he's going in drafts, particularly on drafters where he goes in the 170s, which is just insane value to me. I did love seeing that he's not playing with the receivers today, that he was only playing on defense. But I and I saw a report like, looks like Eric Shipley said, I think that they're tipping their hand about they want him to play more snaps on defense and offense. And I was like, yeah, everybody's assuming that he's playing more. Like, he's going to be a full-time defensive player, a part-time offensive player. We know that about him. It's just a matter of what we think he can do in those limited snaps and what his contingent upside is. And you and I, obviously, we don't need to, people hate it when we talk about Travis Hunter because everybody is just dug in on where he is. But you and I are on the same page. I like him as a best ball value. What do you think of this, by the way? Sorry.
Yeah, Worcester's cow country. That is definitely not true.
Nice fall for Tank Dell. So we're at 2.562. I guess not really a big fall, but with Jaden Higgins potentially injured, I think that does benefit Tank Dell.
Okay. I'm
Unless
in Tank Dell.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaden Higgins injured. Jalen Noel gets banged up. I have this sneaky feeling, Neil, that we're going to be tilting Xavier Hutchinson all year.
Oh, I'll be so mad if Xavier Hutchinson does it to us again.
I just have this sneaky feeling they're going to really screw us.
Okay, John the Phenom learned about chat and said Flannelverse is going down.
Going down.
John the Phenom.
John, represent.
Good to see you in the draft with us.
Represent. All right, scroll down your ranks a little bit. I just want to see who else is here.
Here, we can do position by position too. So quarterbacks, nothing exciting.
No, we don't need that.
Running backs, Ray Davis, Brian Robinson, Isaiah Davis had moved up a little bit. James Conner moved up a little bit. Emmett Johnson, wide receivers, Bateman, Bell.
Do we want to go receiver or do we want to go running back?
I mean, we could go Booty with May potentially.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Or Kenyon Sadiq, I think is interesting also.
Yeah, he got the good news that he might be. Let's go receiver though. Let's go receiver.
Do you want to go Booty or somebody else?
Booty's fine. We get him with Drake May.
I always thought you would be a Booty guy.
I just think there's so many good tight ends that we can get later.
True.
It's just I'm assuming on draft like you can still find really good tight ends.
Yeah, you definitely can.
So
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Spokowski says Adam Scheffner, Quentin Johnson is not expected to miss much, if any, practice time. He is, in the words of a source, totally fine. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Totally fine. You know, when they use the word fine, does that get you concerned? I feel like fine is like one of those words that I would use if I was like, I think he's fine. You know what I mean? Like I think he's okay. Like, is it like that? Like, I think he's fine. I don't know. Makes me a little nervous when I see a source said he's totally fine. I don't know. Scares me.
I hear what you're saying, but I think in that context, it just means like he's okay. Like he's not hurt. But also you only hear that when a player is hurt. That's the only reason they have to clarify. Like it's whole like
Ben Johnson
people asking a lot of questions about the thing that it says on my t-shirt. I forget how the line goes. You know what I'm saying though. The that I already clearly stated on my what is the meme I'm trying to do? You don't know the meme I'm trying to do. People are asking a lot of questions about.
You're only skeptical because you're married. Maybe that's possible, Murray.
That's good. That's funny.
It's possible.
Somebody figure out what meme I'm trying to say.
Yeah, figure it out for Neil. I don't know.
It's clearly stated on my shirt. Everybody's asking about I am not a murderer. Why is everybody asking? I can't think of it. I can't think of what the meme is. It's a funny tweet from like years ago.
Whom says if it's Hutch, Nico should be wide receiver 7. And I actually agree. If it is Hutch, that is like the number 2 guy or something like that. Nico's going to smash.
Yeah.
I really hope it's not Hutch. I really hope I'm wrong.
Oh, it'd be brutal if it's Hutch. Yeah. Is he even on the team still? I didn't even know if he's still on the team.
They were posting videos of him earlier.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah. That's not good.
Oh yeah. I saw it.
Yeah. You don't want Hutch out there.
No.
He was like he didn't do anything to keep a job last year. Like his stats were not good.
They just like him because he like does everything.
The little things.
He's a worker. Yeah. A block. He's nothing special, but he tries really hard. Like he's just the guy that I can see a team like really liking, like a coaching staff really liking.
All right, we are back. We're at 2.582 right now.
What about Emmett Johnson or what about Emmett Johnson here?
Sure. Get another RB on there.
I think it's well, I mean, what do we got? Is that 6?
Yeah, we're at 2.682.
Yeah, so we're good at We're good at running back now. 2682. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go tight end here? Oh, they took Ted Hurst. That was going to be the click. Do you want to go Darren Waller or Michael Mayer?
I think for this contest, probably Darren Waller, just because, again, like not many teams are going to have him.
Click him. Love it.
We got the psychic special, Charlie Kolar here. No psychic on drafters, so that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlie Kolar, good pick. Good pick. I can't remember if Sack said it to me first or if I said it to Sack first. I got to remember who started the Charlie Kolar buzz.
You think you might have started before the psychic?
No, I'm pretty sure me and Sack had this conversation, and I'm pretty sure he told me, like, yeah, I like it, and I'm trying to convince the team on Charlie Kolar. I'm pretty sure. So I can't remember if Sack was the one that brought it up to me or if I brought it up to Sack and was like, dude, we
got to find that clip because this is a monumental moment. Whoever brought it up, this is huge. If you brought it to the leg up team, I mean, that is, you're like, that's like been the biggest.
I'm not saying I brought it up to the team. I'm saying I talked to Sack about it.
You talked to Sack, who was on the leg up.
Sack was like, I'm into Charlie Kolar, but I'm trying to convince, the team because Karain kind of has I think he has like the final say on
for sure. Yeah.
So
if you brought up to Sack and then he brought up to the team, then I mean, I think you kind of brought it to the team.
I don't know.
Not directly, but
I'm not saying that's how it went. I'm saying that it was one or the other. It was either Sack brought it up to me and was talking to me about it, and I was like, yeah, that I agree. Like I'm drafting Charlie Kolar, or it was the other way around, and I brought it up to Sack, and he was like, I agree with you, but I'm trying to convince the team because I don't know if you remember, but like there was a period where when they're like, this is a player that I'm keeping an eye on. I'm pretty sure when me and Sack were streaming one day, I brought him up as a topic and I was like, what do you think of him? And he's like, he's a guy that I'm watching right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember bringing it up. That's why I'm saying like, I might have actually been the first one to like say his name.
You're not saying you did, but you're saying you might have been.
I'm just saying.
Well, you got to find that clip because if you were the first one to bring it up, you started the whole.
Well, yeah, but Leg Up's the one that like really got his ADP move. It wasn't me that got his ADP moving. It was Leg Up that got his ADP moving.
Well, it got people pissed off too because people hate the Sims. People are just so mad about the Sims. So they're just like, oh, the Sims tell you to draft Charlie Kolar. Well, I'm not drafting Charlie Kolar.
The best part is that some of those people ended up like just being like, I guess I'm drafting Charlie Kolar now. Like eventually they were all like, well, I guess I got to draft some Kolar.
Yeah, just a funny like thing that people are so mad about, and then just the debate about like, are Sims good because whatever. Anyway, but this was exactly the meme that I was looking for. Spelkowski, my not involved in human trafficking T-shirt has people asking a lot of questions already answered by my shirt. That is what I was looking for when I was trying to find a meme that matched whatever I was talking about at the time, which I don't even remember. All right, we are back on the clock.
Need a receiver, right? Finish out
2683. Probably a receiver or
tight end.
I would do another. Charlie Kolar is still there.
You want to do Kolar?
Or Eli Raritan because we do have Drake May too.
It's up to you.
Here's the wide receivers.
God, I puked in my mouth just looking at that list.
Yeah, it's bad. Let's go. I want to go Raritan.
All right. So there was a stat, and obviously it's just preseason week 1. I'm pretty sure it was from Warren Sharp. Warren Sharp said that the Patriots played the most 12 personnel of any team in week 1 preseason. And by the percentages, it was the most, it would have been the most of like any team all last year, which again, we're only taking 1 week and obviously things can like change, but maybe that's a nod to them running more 12 personnel just in general. And playing a lot of Raritan and Hunter Henry together and then kind of rotating with AJ Brown, Romeo Doubs, Mac Hollins. And then when they play 11, Demario Douglas comes in, kind of like what they did with Stephon Diggs, where like Diggs only played like 55, 60% of the snaps, but like it was mainly a lot of like the 11 personnel stuff. And maybe that's what they do. So maybe the plan in general is just to play more 12.
Could be. Yeah.
Without Diggs.
Yeah. No, I think that it would not be surprising if that is the case. I know he's been looking good in the preseason. That's all I've heard is about Eli Raridan looking great.
They talk him up in camp all the time. People are buzzing about the Raridan.
Yeah. All right. Final team here. Drake May and Jaden Daniels at quarterback. Bijan Robinson, Travis Etienne, Blake Corum, Chuba Hubbard, Kyle Monungai, and Emmett Johnson at running back. Malik Neighbors, Chris Olave, Emeka Egbuka, Casey Concepcion, Trey Harris, Travis Hunter, Tank Dell, and Keishon Booty at wide receiver. And then at tight end, Tucker Kraft, Terrence Ferguson, Darren Waller, and Eli Raridan. So 3 week 11 buys. Hopefully Darren Waller is still alive in week 11 to carry the team through that week. But otherwise, I think this is a pretty strong team. Obviously, the quarterback's really, really strong with May and Daniels. Starting with Bijan helps a lot. Getting the fall on. We just got big time falls in the running back room. ETN at 50, Chuba at 119, Monunga at 143. Like that's kind of incredible.
Yeah, it felt really good. Honestly, like our team, we got a ton of fallers, and then we kind of maybe like small reaches for a couple guys. But all in all, I mean, I think it was just, Travis Hunter in the 175 seems pretty good. I know his ADP is like 170, but still Emeka Egbuka fall, Travis Etienne to the 5th round, which happens sometimes. Sometimes he's an early 4th rounder. He's just a weird, some guys like Etienne and are totally in, and then some guys are just out and he ends up falling, and that's kind of what happened here. So, and then we got like 2 stud quarterbacks, which I know we didn't have like their number 1 and in some cases number 2 options, but I do just think in a draft like this, where it's total points and accumulation, just getting 2 elite or at least one of the top QBs makes a lot of sense in this format.
As you were saying that, I didn't even think about the fact that we had Jaden Daniels when we took T-Ferg over Chig at 167. Well, that feels kind of foolish in retrospect.
That's why I said that may be wrong, but yeah. I'm sorry it's not wrong, but it may be wrong. So I think that's why he fell a little bit though too, because we had Jaden. So
yeah, but yeah, we probably should have gotten Chig there to get, because that's a nice fall and with the stack. But whatever, we got T-Ferg at 167. That feels good too. The team overall, I think, is a strong one. I think this might have been Felix in the 1 hole, because Felix said, I'm not going to do it. Wait, what did he say? I won't do it. I assume this was about taking.
Oh, did he not take Najee?
But I didn't know that he was in the draft, but I see the 1 hole is called Don Pecan, which I assume is his team, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't know either. Felix, let us know. Are you the 1 hole?
And then the 12 hole, Rob was asking us, is my team with 4 quarterbacks trash? So his 4 quarterbacks are Kyler Murray, Fernando Mendoza, Shedeur Sanders, and Deshaun Watson. I don't love that. I don't love that group of 4 quarterbacks. Like you could work it together where you always have 2, because you have like Kyler has some bench risk, but it'll at least be starting the start of the year. Mendoza not going to start the start of the year, but could be there later on. So like those 2, I doubt both of them play the whole year, but yeah. I mean, we know Mendoza's not going to. And then both the Cleveland guys, I don't know, it could piece together just right, but I don't have a ton of confidence in it. How do you?
So like I like a lot of the players he drafted. You know what I mean? Like I like Swift, I like London, Kenny Walker. Like it's a good draft, but the problem is I think you're just gonna have a really hard, and you know it. That's why you took 4 quarterbacks. But I think you're just gonna have a really hard time, even though you're doing well at all the other positions. You kind of waited on receiver and you waited on quarterback, and I think you're gonna have a really hard time keeping up with some of these other rooms that are heavy receivers and have a Jalen Hurts, a Joe Burrow, a Drake May, a Josh Allen. You're going to be really behind at quarterback, which is probably going to be your downfall here. And then on top of it, you have multiple guys. You actually 3 of your quarterbacks have serious bench risk with Kyler, Deshaun, and even Shedeur. Like they could go to the 3rd or 4th quarterback if they don't like what Shedeur's doing.
Yeah.
So that's my other problem is, Mendoza, the good thing is once he gets in there, he stays in there. That's the good thing with Mendoza. But he could not get in there for like half the year, Neil.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a very real possibility that Kirk Cousins plays, 8 games, 9 games. I think that's a real possibility that happens. I really believe they're not going to rush Fernando Mendoza. I feel like they don't feel they have to rush him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kubiak showed that he did it with Sam Darnold last year with Seattle. So what happens if Kirk Cousins in the Raiders somehow they win a couple games early? Like, they might stick with them, you know what I mean? But if they're 1-5 or 6 or something like that, then they might just, turn it over to Mendoza. So that's kind of my issue overall is like, I wish you got a quarterback that had at least one quarterback that had like way less bench risk.
Yeah. I did a podcast yesterday with Jordan Vanek, actually recorded on Sunday. He predicted that Kirk Cousins would start every game, all 17 game, which I have not been thinking.
He likes Raiders overs. He likes the Raiders over the win total. He likes the Raiders to maybe be 500 or better, like over 500 probably. Like, I would assume.
Yeah. Entering another draft for anybody who wants to join with us.
What's the code, Neil?
Use promo code PlayerQ to get your first deposit matched 100% up to $100. PlayerQ, also link in the description of the video. And then go ahead and get my free rankings. You can find them in the Flaniverse Discord, or I'm PlayerQ DFS on X for anybody who doesn't know. You can find my rankings there as well.
Yep. And I retweeted it. So if you can find the tweet or something like that, it's out there. Neil, what do you think about there's one guy that I moved up a tiny bit in my ranks that I started to click just a little of recently that I haven't clicked at all summer. But I do think has like contingency upside in the 20th round. And my whole take around this is like all these 20th round picks that we've had for the last like 2 months, they're all in the 15th round, 16th round, 17th round. So we need like new guys in the 20th round. You know what I mean? Like especially when you get to those positions, like specifically wide receiver, like a wide receiver, like Pat Bryant. If you wanted to draft Pat Bryant, almost every draft you could get him in the 19th, 20th round until a couple weeks ago, right, Neil? When he started to like skyrocket. And that's the case for a bunch of guys now. Cyrus Allen, Jacoby Lane. Like anytime you wanted Jacoby Lane in the 20th round, he was there. You could always draft him. Now, some people reach for him in the 13th, 14th round. I saw him go at 102 today, Neil, over on DraftKings. Like 102 is insane.
Yeah.
But this is going to happen with these guys. One guy that I think is really interesting because I think he backs up both the receiver 1 and receiver 2 is Jahadae Walker for the Bears. Xavier Thomas is a gadget guy. Khalif Raymond is like wide receiver 3, but kind of more like a gadget guy that Xavion's going to eat into eventually some of his work. And I think they're tied together very obviously. But I think like if Rome or Luther go down, Xavier and Khalif don't get a bump. I think it's Jahadae who actually slots in to the role.
I know nothing. I know nothing about Jahadi. He is not on my radar. I have not drafted him.
He caught a big touchdown.
I'm not aware of who this player is. So
he caught a big touchdown last year in was it the Green Bay game? One of their big games. He stepped up and caught a big touchdown in the left side of the end zone. I can't remember which game it was, but I just think if you're into Bears, you don't love the Luther price. You're stacking the Lions up, and you're trying to get some like week 17 correlation going. I don't hate him as a last pick.
Who Hames is with you? Another ball knower there. So maybe I need to start working in. Maybe I'll add him to my rankings.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: if you're someone who likes the Bears offense, but you don't like the price on the expensive Bears, you don't like the price on Luther, which I know there are these people out there. It's not me, but there are these people out there that don't like the price on Luther. It's too expensive. And even Rome might be a little too expensive for them as well. I think drafting some of him is actually the route. Xavion, I'll bring up Xavion now. Xavion, my interest in Xavion is actually the fact that Kyle Monangai is hurt, because what he talked about, Neil, in one of his pressers was he's most comfortable at running back. And we've heard that like Xavion could be a guy where they line up all over the field. They have these little like, gadget package stuff for Xavion where they put him next to Caleb Williams. They motion him out. They're going to do things with him to, I think, get the football to him out in space and stuff like that. So I think actually the Kyle Monangai injury is kind of bullish for him in a way. Those are kind of my takes in general on two guys that you can get in the 20th round of almost every single draft, and they're on a good offense. And I think they both have potential for their roles to increase at some point in the season. One, if one of the top two receivers goes down, and then the other slowly eats into Khalif Raymond's workload and, can get there. So that's kind of my overall take, but I just wanted to throw it out there because we need new 20th round darts, Neil.
We're running out. We're running out. With Keenan Young now, Pat Bryant, like you said, was a favorite of ours. Yeah, we can still get Charlie Kolar whenever we want him, so I guess there's that.
No, dude, I was drafting a 555 a couple days ago, and he went like that. I got sniped in this, I think it was 17th or 18th round on Charlie Kolar. I was like, this is bullshit. That's a kick user, and I'm angry.
That's definitely just a kick user.
So annoyed, and it wasn't shady, so it's not like it was, it was someone I didn't recognize. So I was like, okay.
Interesting.
Are these slow drafts here?
These are slow drafts, but our draft did just fill.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
We got the 3-hole. Okay. I see Rob is in this one again. Anybody else in this one drafting with us? John the Phenom, who was talking trash in the last one, in here again.
Love that. And he spells his name right. Love to see it. I'm rooting for John. I'm rooting
over
John.
us. You want him to finish ahead of us in this contest?
Well, no. If I want you to finish first, and I want him to finish second. I can root for both of you guys.
Okay, that is true. We can both make a lot of money here.
It's total scoring. So like your pod doesn't mean shit. Like it's
we could just have a killer pod.
You're just drafting with your pod. That's it. Like you're not. It's nothing else. What was the highest? Did you play this tournament last year?
I did. I don't know what the scores were. Do you like Jamar Chase here?
Oh yeah. Definitely. I actually I'm starting to like just click Amon-Ra when Jamar, Bijan, and Gibbs are off the board.
Jamar, Bijan, and Gibbs. So Amon-Ra ahead of Puka?
Sometimes. But the JSN over Amon-Ra is the real. I shifted that. I just want more Amon-Ra. I'm gonna be like Felix. I'm gonna get like 40% of Amon-Ra, just like he has Chase.
And he, can you get to 90% like he has Najee?
Yeah. So Huham says he's at 16%. That's where I'm at right now.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh man, I want like 25.
Yeah, I'm a big Amon-Ra guy. I have not taken him ahead of Puka. I think I've taken him top 5. I think I've taken him ahead of JSN, maybe even. Certainly above CMC at times.
Derek says he hasn't heard a single person tout Demario Douglas all summer. He's a solid last pick and unowned. Yeah, he is. He's going to play the slot role. And I do think he's a good receiver. He also is a guy that will have those random like spike week games. We've seen it from him where I'll just like randomly make like a big play downfield. And he's going to take over in like the Stephon Diggs role. He might not get the full role, but I do agree with Derek. You don't really hear people talking about it. I actually brought him up just like a few minutes ago, just when we were talking about the 12. That's the only thing that would hurt him is if the Patriots really leaned into the 12 personnel. But
yeah,
I still think overall he's unowned, and to Derek's point, like no one's really talking about him. And those are the type of guys in a tournament like this, Neil. I think you should like try and prioritize some of those type of clicks. That at least like he has a role, and he's kind of one of the only people that is fighting for that role. Like they have Chisholm, who's in there, but I think he's way down the chart.
Afton Chisholm, I forgot that he was even on. Did he even play last year? Maybe he played a couple games or something, but
he got like a couple. Yeah. He played like a couple snaps or run routes at times, but not that much. But I think Douglas definitely has the role. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's any like actual battle for the role, to Derek's point. So it is a good point by him. I do think he's a fair click.
Yeah, I think you mix him in the 20th round. I don't know that I have any, certainly not a ton of Pop Douglas, but I can see it in the 20th round. It's just the problem is that there's currently like feels like there's too many receivers ahead of him. But you're right, at slot, like not really, unless we're thinking like Dobbs is going to play some slot. I don't know, but
well, I think that's the worry with. I think this is the reason why Douglas isn't getting clicked. Is the worry is, Douglas only gets 30% of the slot work, and they rotate in like Dobbs when they play 11, so they can put like Kyle Williams on the outside, or Matt Collins on the outside, or Kayshon Boutte on the outside, because they have so many guys. I know who you want to click here.
Yeah, you do.
Not even gonna fight you on it.
I figured you'd be okay with it.
Yeah, it's fine. I think him and Drake are
neck and neck.
Neck and neck, yeah.
I agree.
I think like a touchdown heavy site, AJ Brown, I would clearly pick. And I think on a more of like a PPR site, I think it's more of a conversation of Drake London or AJ Brown. I think I'd click Drake London in those type of sites, but it's close. So
look at influencer John here. Chris Olave went at 19 in this draft. All right, Malik Neighbors in the 3rd round feels pretty good.
Nope.
You okay with that?
Oh yeah, 3rd round. Click it. Not an influencer, but sharp guy.
Kind of looks like you are. Kind of looks like it. Sharp
guy. All I know is that I will get no credit for this, but I'm pretty sure I was one of the first people on Charlie Kolar. I gotta get to. I'm getting with Sack tomorrow. I'm going to get to the bottom.
To the bottom of this, because I'm very curious.
Getting to the bottom of this. Sack is a very honest person too, so he'll tell me if I was the one or if he was the one. It might have been him, to be honest. I don't know.
All I remember from that early time period is I like 3 drafts in a row or something like that. Had Charlie Kolar recommended by the kick, and I was like, "This thing fucking broken? What's going on here? Why are you recommending this 3rd string tight end to me?" But I clicked it. I clicked it anyway.
Wasn't broken. It was Sack. I know for a fact that was Sack. I don't think it was anybody else. It was Sack, like beating the drum to the team. Like we gotta pump up the Kolar stuff. That was definitely Sack on the tool.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I've brought things to Sack before and been like, you guys are way too low on X player. And he'd be like, no, fuck that guy. He sucks. I think these 5 guys are way
Isaac Tesla. I mean, RIP. Good effort there, but
yeah. I tried. I'm not saying I'm right on everything. Definitely wrong on a bunch of stuff.
I mean, we all are. Yeah.
I draft Tesla. I still sometimes will.
Do you still draft Tesla? Okay.
Well, you can't just get out when everyone's out. You got to believe in something, Neil.
Man's got to stand for something. And you stand for Isaac Tesla.
Especially 20th round, Isaac Tesla.
Yeah, 20th round is, I can see that for sure.
Yeah, Sack put Gadsden out of a job.
Yeah.
I agree. He did. Gadsden might be he might be on the total outs now. Where'd you put Gadsden in the ranks?
Low. Let's see.
Did you put Kolar ahead of him? Well,
that's a good question. Here, let me find it.
Because I'm pretty sure I have Kolar ahead of him.
I'm doing this little bit by bit. I don't know. There's probably a better way to do this. Maybe this. No, I don't know.
Whatever. This is fine. Where is Aronde Gadsden?
Wait. All right. This is. I gotta maybe make it bigger still. Nope. Wrong way.
I don't know if it's gonna.
It's not okay. Let's see. I got to go slower, maybe. You get to a point where it only does one player at a time. This is not.
See, now I can't even see anything on my screen.
After a few more tight ends get taken off the board, then I will do this exercise again.
We'll look for it again. Are we up yet?
I don't think so. No, we're not. We're not up yet.
Jeremiah Love at 41. DeAndre Swift goes at 39. What do you think of that?
I'm okay with I do really like Swift. I have not been taking him that early, but I kind of get it. I think it kind of makes sense. Just with Monungai out for a bit. Swift was already like the way better running back than Monungai, but we had concerns because Monungai ate into his workload so much last year, but good running back on a good offense. Now it looks like he's going to be, taking maybe like all the carries, or I mean, obviously they're going to work in Roshan or somebody, but nobody that we're worried about. So yeah, I think it's a really, really good click. Tedero McMillan at 46 is a little bit of a fall. Otherwise, we could just go Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Bashal Tutin. Who do you like here?
I would either go Tet or take David Montgomery or Tutin.
All right, let's go.
Whatever one you want.
Man, Montgomery falls so frequently.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Tutin. Make sure I'm on my right rankings. Yeah, we are. New August 18th. I think that's the right. Yeah.
We did start out Chase, AJ Brown, and Neighbor, so we probably didn't need the Tet fall.
Yeah, I was still tempted by the Tet fall, but because we have those three locked in.
And there goes Tet right there.
Nice start there for Kitten. I don't know if you can see. You can even see the names on the screen, can you?
I can't see Kitten's name now.
Yeah, KITN, all capitals.
Kitten goes with David Montgomery. That makes sense.
Bummer.
All right, so who are we gonna take here, Neil? I'm not into Terry McLaurin.
I was gonna suggest JMO. Or do you take any Parker Washington, or are you sticking with the kick on that?
I don't I take him sometimes, but I'm normally like Mike Evans, Judkins. I'm even like okay with Bucky Irving at this point. That's something I'm like, I'm kind of taking the L on is Bucky Irving. I might have just been wrong on him. So,
all right. I took Mike Evans just because we were running out of time. He's the first name that you said there.
Yeah.
Cam Scadaboo was still on the board. Also, I wasn't sure if you saw that. I just have him kind of buried in my rankings behind those.
I have him buried just like you, so I'm glad I didn't see it.
Okay, good. So we're on the same page. Burying Scadaboo a little bit, and we'll see. Maybe I'll move him back up, but I kind of want to see like where he's falling to at this point.
Who's Scadaboo?
Scadaboo, yeah. Because he's. I think it can be reasonable if he falls ahead of like Bucky Irving in that group. I would probably eventually move him back up ahead of that group. But just right now, when he's kind of all over the place, I'm okay kind of just being a little behind the group right now.
Now, what happens if they like cut Tyrone Tracy or something?
Then Najee's going to fly up.
Would you move him
I would.
up?
I would move Scadaboo back up. Yeah. Because I think at that point, it's like, all right, so your biggest competition is Najee Harris, who might be washed.
Might be washed. I mean, come on.
Like coming off, like he's an aging guy coming off a catastrophic injury. Like, I don't know. So at that point, he could get hurt anytime. Who says, I think that's fair. If you want to keep buying Scadaboo, I don't know. Najee Harris is just a guy that coaches love. So he worries me a little bit. There you go. I just said the coaches love him. So, I'm talking about both sides of my mouth on Najee Harris.
You don't worry. If his competition is actually just Najee, then Cam Scadaboo is probably a good pick.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't worry me at all. You know what does worry me, though? The Giants as an organization. Yes. That's what worries me. I'm the Giants and the Titans, to me, feel like the two organizations I'm like terrified of clicking right now.
To me, it's the combination of the Giants and also Scadaboo just not looking quite right. Like if we had fully healthy Scadaboo from last year, I'd be willing to buy in because we saw that he could succeed even on like a less than exciting Giant. I shouldn't say less than exciting. It's kind of an exciting team, but like a less than good Giants team. He still succeeded even on a bad Giants team last year. But now he just, it's an injury that you kind of expect to zap players a little bit, and he doesn't look quite right to me in the clips that I've seen of Scadaboo. So I'm just, all of that kind of makes me a little bit nervous. All the combination of the Giants, they're signing Najee Harris. He doesn't look quite right. Hard to get super excited about him right now, but he's a dog. I think he's still probably going to be good.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Huham saying the best thing for Tracy right now is getting cut and going to a different team. It does make sense.
Yeah.
Go to a team that actually wants you, that actually likes you. Lippy up top says, do you think I can get McBride at 4.03? Is it a reach? If both McBride and Zay Flowers are there, who do I take? Is this a season-long question or a best ball question?
Must be a season-long question.
It's got to be, right? I think at 4.03, I think you got to take McBride.
Yeah, I do too.
Especially in season-long, give me the stud tight end. Like in the 4th round, yeah. And I'm not even like a Trey McBride guy, but in the 4th round, I think you click the button.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's a 10-team league, maybe, in which case it's a little bit more realistic, but still, yeah, just take the elite onesie at that point.
Yep. I don't think it's a reach at all.
All right. Jalen Warren is top of my list at pick 70. BTJ is there. Jaden Daniels, Drake May.
Jalen Warren like 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 here.
Even with AJ Brown, you don't want to pair him up with Drake May? Just want to double check.
We can do that actually. We can do the pair with Drake May.
That's it.
We have another option that we can go to if Jalen Warren's gone. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me because I love both of those picks. So like I have Jalen Warren ranked way ahead of where he goes, or at least enough spots that I get a lot of him on drafters.
It was the right play though, because I think we do have outs for another running back who has a chance, I think, to get to us if Warren's gone, or we can have the conversation about both and then he goes. So let's see, maybe this guy takes Warren.
Hurts is there.
Oh yeah, we got Hurts too.
Oh, nice. So Warren makes it back to us at 75.
There we go.
That's
it was the right play.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was like, Stevenson's there, so we could just take Stevenson if Warren goes. But
John the Phenom says Flaniverse and JSU are the guys. Good luck, brothers. Good luck to you, John the Phenom.
Good luck to you, brother.
It's so risky clicking the chat because you never know if somebody's just going to be in there like spewing off stuff.
Hey, you just got to take the risk sometimes.
It's funny to see. Yeah, it
is funny. Not used to it too, where you're like, oh, there's a chat in here. Like we can actually say whatever we want.
Yeah. Well,
monitoring.
Have you ever used the new YouTube feature where you can just have like YouTube chat always like stream, like screwing on the side of your screen, like show it up so everyone can see
that's dangerous.
That's super dangerous. Yeah,
that's dangerous for sure.
Yeah, I've used it once or twice, but I'm like, I don't really love the way it looks, so I don't usually use it.
Yeah, I'm sure it looks a little weird.
Yeah, but I'm loving the start to this draft. Mike Evans at 51, questionable just because of the injury he's dealing with. Like we reached
questionable until he plays and smashes. I mean,
the most likely scenario
plays, then he's a great pick. Like if Mike Evans plays like 14 games this year, he's an amazing pick in the 5th round.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Especially in this format. So like,
right.
That's the thing about drafters versus the other formats is like, it doesn't matter when you get the points. If we get the first 14 weeks of the year, that's just as valuable as the, 15, 16, 17, which are way more valuable on the other sides. Here, it's like, I don't care where I get those. So you're right. If he plays 14 games, even at pick 51, like we reached ahead a little ahead of ADP, absolute smash right here. So you're right. We just need to get healthy by the season.
Yep, exactly. And sometimes you just buy in on the best players in the top offenses, and that's Mike Evans right there. Great offense, great player. You see the stuff like George Kittle saying about him, like you can tell they're like pumped to have Mike Evans there. Like hopefully they all stay healthy. It'll be a fun year if we can get San Francisco, Seattle, and the Rams just duking it out in that division.
I mean, yeah, it's funny with San Francisco because you look at all the players they have. They could be such a powerhouse with Mike Evans and Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel and everybody just like they could be great. And then it's like, but they all could just be hurt too. Like we've already lost Ricky Pearsall. Wouldn't be that shocking. Like if CMC gets hurt, nobody's surprised. If Mike Evans gets hurt, or Deebo Samuel, nobody's going to be surprised at all. But yeah, just gotta hope for health there for the 49ers. Trevor, I have never used the solver tool to help me draft. Both John and I use the legendary upside sidekick instead of the solver tool. So I don't really have a ton of knowledge about the solver tool. But yeah, for drafters, since the sidekick is not available, we're just using our own knowledge for this one.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I've never used the solver tool, so I can't actually give like an insight to it, or an insight to it. The only thing I've used is the kick. So that's really the only tool I know. But like Neil said, it's not available for drafters. So yep, ranks and feel on this draft, Neil. That's all we're doing.
That's all we're doing. Working well so far.
Do we think Keenan will affect Tyler Warren's target? Yeah, he's going to hurt everyone's targets a little bit. Does it matter for someone like Tyler Warren though? I don't think.
Do you like Tony Pollard at 94?
God, I just talked about how I'm so out on these Titans guys.
I know.
Sure.
We don't. We could do something else. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt or something. I don't know.
It would be Tony Pollard or Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Just click Tony Pollard.
This is the place to do it. 94. Like,
it's terrifying me.
Didn't feel great.
It just feels rough.
We also have other quarterback outs here if we want to go. I don't know if Brock Purdy went.
Oh yeah, we do have. We have Brock
or Jackson
Purdy.
Dart.
We have Dart. Yeah.
Should we do Lawrence? Do you think we should do Trevor Lawrence instead?
I think we do Trevor Lawrence here. I think we do Trevor Lawrence.
99 is just too big of a fall, and we have ways to backstack him. Several ways to backstack him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can get Travis Hunter at pick 170.
Yeah.
Look at Deshaun Stribling right there. Pick 100. That is a riser.
Yeah, it is.
Stud.
Looking good in the preseason, apparently.
He looked great in the preseason. I mean, he's just one of those guys you can tell, like, NFL ready. Body type, can block. He can do a little everything. I mean, if Mike Evans goes down, he's going to eat for sure.
Sorry, I missed what you said about this, John. Do you think Keenan will affect Tyler Warren's targets?
I mean, I do a little bit. I think he's going to hurt
where I'm at
down
too.
too. Like, he's got to. He's going to pull in targets. Like, that's what he does. Like, he's not a guy who's going to get a ton. You know, like, he's not going to get like any a lot of downfield looks or whatever, but he's going to eat, like, he's going to be like a chain mover for this team, you know? So he's definitely going to affect everyone's targets a little bit. Now, does it matter if Alec Pierce is seriously out? Like, it might not.
Right.
You know?
They could all eat. Yeah.
They could all eat. Exactly. So, yeah, I think it does hurt him a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if, like, we get discounts on any of those guys.
Yeah, I still think Tyler Warren's it's funny because just before Keenan signed, I was thinking I got to get more Tyler Warren. Like, it was like, oh, he doesn't really have a ton of target. I'd moved him up in my ranks into the late 5th round just to make sure that I'm getting a lot there. And then it's like, oh, they signed Keenan Allen, and now I'm kind of neutral again, I guess.
I can see him. Can't you see him? Like, you know, remember how Danny Dimes was doing like those 1 yard like pushes into the end zone? Like, instead of that, Tyler Warren's just going to be doing them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how Seattle used AJ Barner too. Like,
yep.
It's going to be like all those go to Tyler.
Yep. Yeah, good. I mean, that'll play.
Oh, it'll definitely play for sure. I mean, he's still a good click. They're still pretty thin, honestly. They got three receivers, and one of them's banged up, and one of them is Keenan Allen, who's got a ton of tread on the tire.
Yeah.
I mean, things could still go sideways, and it beat Tyler Warren and Josh Downs' season very easily.
Yeah. Ooh, Jacoby Myers goes at 114. He's usually one that you can get back in our range also. So I was kind of thinking he would work for Trevor. Again, we still have multiple backstacking options, so not the biggest deal, but
that guy doesn't have a quarterback yet, too.
He does not have a quarterback yet. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, Myers is someone I feel like who's consistently fallen. There's Keaton Missile going at 115. Whoa,
All right.
Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, top of the ranks. I got to move Tyson down further and Monunga,
Yeah.
I think. Debo Samuel. Do you
Debo
like
or
Debo?
Worthy? It's up to you.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go Debo.
Yeah. I do think Xavier Worthy is someone that we should be looking at a little bit more if this Tyquan Thornton thing is serious. He left practice on a cart. It was a hamstring injury. Hopefully it's not serious, but someone like Tyquan Thornton who has a hamstring injury, it's kind of an injury that I would worry about more, especially because he's a speed guy who, he's running 20 plus yards down the field a lot. He's stretching the defense. Hamstring injuries not boding well for someone like him if it's at all serious.
I'd be happy to go with Worthy here. Like you're noting, seems like a strong pick there.
Yeah, unless you see, I don't see any running backs we need to have.
No, me neither. It's been kind of a weird draft room.
Very odd. We don't have a tight end either, do we?
We do not have a tight end yet. Yeah, we're at 2, 3, 6 right now. So our next round, we're going to be 142, 147. There should be, I think we've got some good, and 166. So those are pretty good tight end ranges coming up for us. We could be done at quarterback. We need a little bit more help at running back. But yeah, C-Rod went super early in this one. Jordan Mason went at Blake Corum 86, Jordan Mason 87. C-Rod went at 112. Keaton Mitchell 115. Now we're seeing Woody Marks and Tyjae Spears. So this is just kind of a strange room in where all these players are going. You'd think that we would have more value. Like I would have thought we'd have more like really great falling values, and just by the time it gets to us, nothing spectacular is popping to me.
Yeah, who I'm saying I clicked Tyson at, what was that, 12 or 127 earlier?
127, yeah.
Yeah, I think feels good. I still got him 160-ish now. I think I have him like 150s, 160, somewhere in that range. It stinks because he could still potentially be a back half of the year best ball winner for a team. Yeah. So it's just like, how far are you okay taking the shot on Jordan? He goes there at 131. I just feel like at 131, you can still get like a pretty good receiver. Like a Jalen Coker to me is still like a pretty good receiver. He goes at 128. Higgins, I mean, do we get any report on if Higgins is going to be okay?
No.
Because he's a pretty good receiver too, but he could be hurt. And then once we get past this, like Denzel Boston, like I think is a good click. But like once we get past that, Neil, then all the receivers are like, okay, could I take the shot on Jordan Tyson in like the 145 to 160 range?
Yeah. I just moved Jordan Tyson to 137 in my ranks. No, 135 in my ranks, just behind Jalen Coker, Casey Concepcion, Khalil Shakir, Rashid Shaheed, and Jaden Higgins. So I moved him to the back of that. Are you saying that you would put him behind Denzel Boston? I think that's defensible. I just say, yeah.
I have him like right around there. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably behind. I think I have him behind Denzel Boston. Yes.
Yeah, I did not realize that I still had him at 108 in my drafters rankings, because yesterday and even earlier today when I was doing drafts, he was always going ahead of that range. So I was like, all right, I don't care. Like didn't really think about it.
Yeah,
whether I need to move him down more.
In the round 13 or 14 range. I think in the 13 range, but
yeah,
is where I have him. Because at that point I'm like, okay, like what are these guys actually gonna, like how many weeks are these guys actually gonna give me at that point?
Yeah.
A couple weeks. Well, Jordan Tyson could give me a couple weeks in half the year.
Right.
So I think that's the range where I'm okay. But like, you could click him in the 130s. I think it's defensible.
It could certainly pay off. Aaron Jones still available at 142
for a good reason.
Mark Andrews, Daniel Jones, CJ Stroud. Kind of a gross range. We could take a tight end here if you wanted.
Yeah, Juwan Johnson, Mark Andrews.
Do you have a preference?
I mean, I have Mark Andrews ahead. I do think Juwan Johnson's a better click now, but I think it's Mark Andrews who I'd.
That's good. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Tyson injury does make Juwan Johnson more interesting. That's one we could.
I mean, we could double tap tight end if you wanted to.
Yeah. Wide receiver. I mean, we're pretty good at wide receiver. I guess Keenan Allen is here, so we could do that.
Yeah, we could.
I don't think we need it though. I don't think we need it.
We don't need it. No.
Oh, we also have Bretton Strange for the stack if we want to do that.
Yep, we could do Bretton Strange for the stack.
Who do you prefer between Chigakonkwo and Bretton Strange?
I think I have Chig ahead of Bretton Strange overall, but I'm okay if you want to lean into the stack.
Yeah, I kind of think we should lean to the stack here, right?
Yeah.
It's close enough to me.
Yeah, it's definitely close enough to me.
All right.
It's a rough, that range really is rough. That's why I'm like, that's the range where like I could easily click Tyson and like live with it.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
no one in that range. Or what I like to do is I'll just like pull up a guy going in like the 160s, 170s and just like pull him up in the 150s. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know,
a Pat Bryant or something.
Yeah. Pat Bryant, Jacoby Lane. At that point, like who cares? I mean, what's the real difference of that? Oh, 10 extra picks past ADP. Who cares?
Right.
You know, especially if you're drafting right now, like don't even worry about where these guys were going before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just go and get the guys you like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I think that was an okay turn for us. Like like you said, it was not the best. Like there wasn't anything I was super excited about taking there. But
as we're gonna get like with what we have.
Yeah,
I think our team's pretty good. Our running backs are definitely the weak spot.
We're hurting at running back. Yeah.
So we could have pulled up a running back. That's probably what we should have done with one of the picks, but it is what it is.
The running backs that I like are probably going to be available on the next couple picks anyway. I think. I mean. We could have taken Aaron Jones there
at 150.
Oh, he's the one that I was targeting actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I was targeting him for our next range. I'm pretty high on Braylon Allen, more so it sounds like than most people. Like I know Pete was talking about on his stream the other day how he just doesn't believe in the talent of Braylon Allen. Leg Up hasn't like moved Braylon Allen up significantly from what I've seen. I think I'm higher than they are, just because I'm more.
You're way higher than I am.
Yeah, like I would have taken him at 166, 171. This is just where it's like it's kind of a gross range where there's not much that I really love, and I think that he could be the starting running back week 1, at least for like the start of the season. I know they're saying like should be 2 to 3 weeks for Breece Hall, but that's what they're saying right now, and who knows how that actually plays out. And it's a groin injury. I don't know. I guess I'm more concerned than most are about Breece Hall.
Yeah, I'm not as concerned. It did seem like. I said it yesterday, but it felt better to me when Braylon was on the podium and he was like, yeah, I got the chills for a sec. And then, but he's all good. Like when the guy's like saying it, well, I'm not listening to the coach, but like the guy, you could tell like he was like relieved that his friend was going to be okay. Or like it didn't seem serious. That seems like a pretty good sign. Like I was worried, like when I saw him go down, I was like, "Oh fuck, not my like." And then he's like, "But everything's good," or whatever he said, and that made me feel a little better, honestly.
Yeah,
hearing him say, because I could see that, you know what I mean. Your boy goes down, it's non-contact. You instantly think like he's done. You know what I mean? So you're instantly like sad for him. You know what I mean? And then everything is like, no, everything's okay. So that had to feel pretty good. Hunter Henry's here if we want to go with the stack. Tank Bigsby's here. We like Tank.
I'm kind of into Bigsby and hoping that one of those tight ends falls back to us.
Bigsby. I like Bigsby.
But do they have tight ends here? They each have. He has 2. He only has 1.
Let's do Bigsby. I think we need it more.
All right. Yeah.
You know, if we don't get a tight end, it's not the end of the world.
Tford goes the next pick. That was inevitable, I think.
Honestly, we could go running back again here.
We could. This is a range of running backs, I think. I didn't realize Keenan Allen was still on the board. Interesting.
What do you do with Zach Charbonnet?
I don't draft much Zach Charbonnet. Yeah, he makes more sense, I think, in other formats than here.
Are you getting scared that he's like closer than we think to coming back?
Yes, I am. Yeah, like a little bit. Like I don't think he's going to be there week 1, but like if he plays week 5, I'm not going to be surprised.
At week 5, though, we just talked about clicking Jordan Tyson. If he's going to miss 2 months, like in a range ahead of him, like why aren't we clicking Zach Charbonnet?
So Ferguson went, Dylan Sampson went. Do you want to go?
Can take Hunter Henry.
Yeah, stack it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to click a little bit of Zach Charbonnet.
I've taken some Zach Charbonnet.
Look at this running back range right there.
Yeah, okay. So it's because so John the Phenom went 0 RB, fully 0 RB. And then so he started with 5 receivers, then goes Burrow, Caleb Williams, Pitts, Kincaid, and now he's just hammering all the running backs: Rashad White, Woody Marks, Marshawn Lloyd, Jonah Coleman, Jadon Blue, and Zach Charbonnet.
A couple of these guys RB1s go down, I am going to be sitting pretty here.
Yeah.
With some look at the contingency bets he's making, like Lloyd and Jadon Blue, Jonah Coleman, Woody Marks, Rashad White, Zach Charbonnet. I mean, those are the ones though you need when you go wide receiver, quarterback, tight end. Like you're gonna need to bet some of those guys. Like I assume, like if he gets back to him, like Ray Davis would be a guy he'd go with. Ray Davis goes, but
but exactly, taking all the contingent bets.
Yep.
I missed this question from Trevor. So he had asked us about the solver before, and then now he asked, as far as best ball on DraftKings, do you use any tools to help you make certain picks, or just the rankings and knowledge? On DraftKings, we both use the Sidekick from Legendary Upside.
Yep.
Which they have. They actually have a new product.
I will IKB as much as I can off of the kick tool, but it's not an ideal thing to do if you have the kick tool.
If you're paying for it, you should let it
want to use it.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so we both use, again, Legendary Upside Sidekick. It is a Sims-based tool that will give you recommended picks based on what you have, what's going to add the most value to your team at any given moment based on the structure of the contest you're in. But they have a lower level now, the kickstand, which is something that just kind of points out like, oh, you have correlation with this player. So it's not quite as intensive, doesn't actually like give you suggestions, but it just shows you for each pick, do you have correlation? What do you need? I actually don't know about all of what it shows, but it's a little bit of a lesser version of the Sidekick.
Yeah, pretty much the top recommendation is the recommendation they think will make you the most money.
Yeah.
As simple as you can have it explained to you, but
what's up, Jimmy? All right, we are on the clock. So Tank Dell is the top by my rankings. Isaiah Pacheco is still here. Isaiah Davis, James Conner, Emmett Johnson.
Did you want to take Sadiq? Oh no, we have tight ends. Tank Dell, or
to me, it'd be Tank Dell or one of these running backs, probably.
Go take Dell, and then hopefully we get a running back on the way back.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because we don't really care which one comes back. We probably do want to go 6 running backs at least on this team, though, right?
Definitely. I would definitely want 6 RBs on a team like this.
We're already up to 7 receivers, 3 tight ends. We're probably good at 2 quarterbacks.
With our quarterbacks, I think we're good there. We have 3 tight ends. Do we want to go 4th is a question? Maybe. Right. I say Emmett Johnson here.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
A little KC correlation with Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. Got a little correlation bet there. Emmett Johnson looked good in preseason. I mean, the thing with Emmett Johnson is he's probably a 0 if nothing happens to Kenny Walker.
Right.
But if something does, I mean, Brashard Smith is not like a true NFL running back. He is like a change of pace, type of guy that is not capable of being like a every down running back. And Amari DiMercato is Amari DiMercato. So, Emmett Johnson just might be the the lone back left if something happens to Kenny Walker.
Could be. Yeah, it could end up being a great pick if something. And Kenny Walker's gotten hurt several times. Missed a lot of time in the NFL already.
I'm very high on Kenny Walker, and every time I talk to someone who's not, they remind me how Kenny Walker is at times getting banged up, and I'm like, will you shut up? I don't want to hear that right now.
Yeah, healthy last year.
Yeah, he was healthy last year, and man, did he look good when Zach Charbonnet. He was the Super Bowl MVP. Enough said.
Yeah, exactly.
Beast.
Spellcock says, I think that the kickstand is the sidekick without the Sims. What does that mean? I thought it didn't actually recommend players to you. Is that wrong? I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I think you can do like the ranks or something like that. I'm not 100%. I'll ask Zach tomorrow on our show to explain it because I'm not 100% sure. So I don't want to explain it and be wrong.
Let him sell it to you.
Yeah. We'll let Zach join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. Zach will explain it to you. Keelan Black was back at practice today. I saw that for the 49ers.
All right, good for him. I've been taking Jordan James ahead of Keelan Black. Do you have a preference there?
I think I'd be Keelan Black. I just feel like Jordan James is like one of those guys that's not going to be able to stay healthy.
Could be.
But I don't know. Maybe Black is I don't know. Maybe Keelan Black is too. Both of them picked up injuries early.
Yeah. I guess I had heard that Jordan James like kind of had the leg up at the point when he got hurt. Like it had just come out that he was the clear running back 2 at that point, and then he got hurt, and then I was like, okay, I guess it's Keelan Black RB2, and then Keelan Black got hurt, so I don't know.
It kind of makes sense. He knows the offense, you know what I mean? Like he's been in there longer than Black, so it makes sense. Like it might take Black a little longer to pick everything up.
Yeah, true.
We need what? 2 running backs or 1?
At least 1 more. We have 5, but our 5 are still like Bashal Tootin, Jalen Warren, Tony Pollard, Tank Bigsby, and Emmett Johnson. So still kind of weak at running back. Isaiah Davis could benefit if Breece Hall misses time. James Conner, Katron Allen. I don't know if you like Fat Man. Jordan James, Damon Claiborne. We could take Najee Harris.
We can go with your boy Isaiah Davis if you want. Seems like you like him and you're pretty high on him.
I am pretty high on him.
Click him. I'm still clicking a little bit of Fat Man. It does worry me like how many carries they gave him in the preseason, but I did think he looked good in the preseason. So and like if Washington if they have a season like last year, I do think a guy like Katron the final like 4 or 5 games could get worked in more if they're like out of it, you know what I mean?
Definitely could. So we could take another receiver if there's anybody you like. Probably don't want Tyquan Thornton at this point. I don't know. It's gross out here.
It is gross, man.
Jacoby Brissett, I guess we could.
Oh God, we could do Brissett
or Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, yeah, Geno Smith's fine. Add a third quarterback, I guess. That's such a tough range. That's why I always like having like one tight end spot for these picks.
Yeah, because like nothing else looks good.
Because it always feels better when you have like one of your last 2 picks being a tight end, because like it like the running back position, it's so hard to sell yourself in the 19th, 20th round on running backs. Same thing with like, even the wide receivers at a certain point. Even though like you can, I think like tight end is the easiest position to sell yourself on a good bet in the last 2 rounds. I think wide receiver would be the next. And then it would be like running back and quarterback, however you want to shake it out. Like Geno Smith fell, so I think it was a good fall right for us
here. Yeah.
But in general, like that's why the tight ends at the end. That's why I like clicking Charlie Kolar. That's why I like clicking Michael Mayer, Eli Raridan down there. Pat Freiermuth sometimes falls. Darnell Washington's down there.
Eric All sometimes.
All. Yep. So there's plenty of guys that we could name, and I could even go further. Like Theo Johnson could be a good click down there. I don't know. I don't really want to click Giants, but he could be. So yeah, the list is longer than all the other positions.
Oof, Chase Claypool works out for Saints. That's funny.
Bad. That's not good.
Yeah, can't find it. I mean, they really need a Keenan, is what it sounds like to me.
Like bad.
Yeah.
Or like Bryce Lance isn't what they thought.
Could be that. Yeah.
You know.
At the 106, I have CMC and Gene T. So you're in the third round now, I guess. I mean, usually in the second round, I'd be targeting AJ Brown, Malik Neighbors, Drake London. In the third round, Chris Olave is if he's still there, you should be targeting Chris Olave. Otherwise, Zay Flowers, Devontae Smith, those kind of guys. Richard says, JSU, can you center that framed Jordan jersey? Thanks, pal. Yeah, but then you'd be blocking it with your head.
No, Richard, it's got to stay not centered, so my guy Big T can freak out and cry about it every time he sees it, because I know it drives him nuts.
That's funny.
Yes.
All right. So I think it's between running back and tight end for our final pick.
What about a Jalen Wright share?
That's so gross.
Ollie Gordon got yelled at.
Adam Randall, though, is just the RB2 there.
Okay, all right, Adam Randall.
We can do Jalen Wright if you want to do Jalen Wright.
No, Adam Randall's fine. I'm fine with it. What's the difference? I mean, like, seriously.
He's on the Ravens. So the contingent upside is he's the starting running back on a good team versus the starting running back on a terrible team.
All right, fine, fair enough. Fair enough.
Is the difference to me. All right, 3-7-7-3 build. We went with Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, and Geno Smith because he fell way past ADP. Bashal Tutin, Jalen Warren, Tony Pollard, Tank Bigsby, Emmett Johnson, Isaiah Davis, and Adam Randall at running back. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, Deebo Samuel, Xavier Worthy, and Tank Dell. And tight ends, Mark Andrews, Brenton Strange, and Hunter Henry. It's kind of a unique team. I feel like for all the value that I saw like throughout the draft, I saw so many picks go like way ahead of ADP. You would think that we would have had better falls, or we would have been like really excited with our falls, and we just didn't really get there.
I think the problem is we got spoiled with the first draft, where we got so many ADP falls, and we were like, oh yeah. And then we saw this draft was going, and we expected the same thing, but we didn't end up getting it. And then on top of it, like, it never feels good when your running backs don't work out the way you want it to work out. So when you feel like you lost that running back, tell me if I'm wrong, Neil, but isn't it the worst feeling out of any position when you lose that running back?
It is true. Yeah. Wide receiver, because wide receiver is so deep. It feels like even if you like don't start out well, it's like you can make the case like, well, what if Tank Dell returns to form? What if Pat Bryant is the wide receiver 2 on the Broncos? Like, there's so many of these late round wide receivers. You can kind of tell yourself a story. It's tough to tell yourself a story around Emmett Johnson, Isaiah Davis, and Adam Randall. Like, really, really doing much.
Well, you were telling me a story on Adam Randall. You're like, it's a big difference between Adam Randall and Jalen Warren. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not going to fight with this. I'm not going to fight with Neil on Adam fucking Randall of all people and Jalen Wright. So that will not be where I draw the line on fighting with Neil. But I don't know if there's a big difference between those guys. I mean, you make a good point. Better offense, I guess, is the factor. But I still don't see it as like a major difference.
It's not a major difference. It's not. I have a slight preference.
But that's the shit that I'm talking about when you like have a last pick and you're not clicking a tight end or a receiver. It feels gross. So it feels like you fucked up your build because not only is running back weak, but you're taking running backs at the end, which makes you feel even worse.
Yeah, exactly. This is Isaiah Davis has been really good. Like, he's just been a solid NFL starter. They do like they were talking about him like they like him better than Braylon Allen. Was kind of like the reports coming out is that he might be the RB2 there.
And then
he's hurt right now. Yeah. So that's the downside. But as long as he comes back before Breece Hall could have a role, I don't know. I probably have him ranked a little bit too high, but I do think he's like in a 20-round draft. He should be going in every draft, I think, is where I'm at with Isaiah Davis.
It's fair. Rob says we didn't acknowledge his 19th round pick. Who is his 19th round pick?
Do you have any guesses? I'm guessing it's Ja'Day Walker. That's going to be my guess.
Ooh, that's a good guess right there.
Who does he want us to acknowledge? Bang, nailed it. Ja'Day Walker.
Look at that pick. Rob knows ball.
That's a guy who's listening.
That's a guy who knows ball right there. Love that, Rob.
Look at the 11th round or the 11th hole. They did all wide receivers from round 11
They
through
did
20.
the opposite of our guy John.
Yeah, John goes wide receivers 1 through 5.
You think these guys like planned it out? Like, hey, bro, I'm gonna go all wide receivers. And he's like, hey, bro, I'm gonna go all running backs.
Yeah.
Let's see his team's better. Which one do you like more? The all running back team with the wide receivers late, or the all wide receiver team with the running backs late?
All right. So John's team is at wide receivers: Amon-Ra St. Brown, George Pickens, T. Higgins, Luther Burden, Parker Washington, and Xavier Thomas.
Yeah.
Xavier Thomas. Which is obviously a great start to the wide receiver room.
Don't be shitting on Xavier Thomas.
Well, Xavier Thomas, I'm told, is just kind of a gadgety guy. You know, he's
he
more of
is.
a running back. So
he is kind of. He
Yeah.
literally said the position he feels the most comfortable in is running back.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was a quote. So
I don't know if this running back room can work. Like, does he have enough early season points? Rashad White will get some. Woody Marks will get some.
Marshawn Lloyd might get some.
Marshawn Lloyd might get some. Jonah Coleman might get some.
I think Jonah's going to need a JK injury.
I think he took it too far for when if you're competing against the entire field, just like other teams are going to just be crushing you at running back early on. He could get lucky. Like we could have a suspension for Josh Jacobs. We could have an injury
you could say the same thing with this team though, with the wide receivers, that he took it too far.
Yeah, not having any wide receiver early on.
Even though he took a lot of like fun receivers, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Denzel Boston, Ryan Flournoy, Pat Bryant, Cyrus Allen. Keep going down there real quick.
Yeah.
Caleb Douglas.
Let me have to just click on the team.
He took Ted Hurst. I mean, he's a ball knower. He took Ted Hurst. He's like, my wide receiver team, it might suck, but we're gonna have fun, is what he said.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
And he does. He has Carnell Tate, Denzel Boston. Both of them should definitely be scoring points early on. It's a lot of rookies.
I think Pat Bryant and Cyrus Allen might score early on.
I was going to say, yeah, exactly. I think Ted Hurst could be scoring early on for all we know. Jeremy could be some.
He's a good pick.
So I think I do prefer this team just because like the running backs will be scoring points early on. Like he's going to be locked in.
You can sell yourself a story that some of these wide receivers could go from wide receiver 4 to wide receiver 3 or 2, or wide receiver 3 to wide receiver 2. You could at least sell yourself a story that a lot of these guys have that type of upside.
Yeah.
You know, whereas it's tough. Like it's, you have so many bets you have to hit for that running back room to actually get there.
Yeah.
To get like consistent points. Now you only need 2 a week, Neil, is the idea though.
You do only need 2 a week. That is a good point.
And he's got receivers.
I think my takeaway is that I don't think he went 2.963. That is pretty wild. I think that my takeaway is I don't think that zero RB works as well in this format as other formats. Like in BBM or something, you just need running backs to like get you enough to like get you through the first round in your just a pot of 12. All you need is like just enough to be top 12 in that pod.
Then I feel like you need an anchor. You need some type of anchor.
Yeah, you need somebody getting you points early on, at least one, and then you can cobble together the
like
RB2.
Consistently getting points though.
Yeah,
like Bijan just like consistently getting double-digit points is huge. CMC consistently getting double-digit points, those scores are huge for your team.
Yeah. Ultimately, I don't think either of those teams is that great. I think they're both going to be struggling a little bit. Yeah, 11 might struggle early season points with so many rookie wide receivers. That's the thing. It's like he all of his early receivers were rookies, and one of them's already hurt, so it's going to be tough. But I think zero RB just in this format where you do need you need your team to be kind of a wagon the entire season. You can't really. There can be no weeks where your team is just like really sacrificing a ton of points that you can really make up later. I think if you're going too long without any stud running backs, it's going to be hurting. So like it could work where like your running backs, the starters get hurt before the season. I think it's a pretty long shot bet. I think you're better off, like John said, at least getting an anchor in there at running back somewhere.
Yep, I agree.
All right, so we did 2 of these drafts. What do you think? I think our teams were pretty good. Do you like the cumulative points format? What do you think, John?
Yeah, I don't mind the format for sure. I definitely like team 1 better than team 2.
I do too.
I'm way more partial to that. I think also helps when we get like the stud running back early in the first round. That always just helps me feel a little bit better. We got some late round tight ends. We got a lot of fallers in that draft. This draft, I didn't feel like we got as many fallers. You know what I mean? I still feel like we got a good team. I just don't feel like we got like all that value that we got we kind of got spoiled in the first draft. And I think that was the ultimate problem is we got like too spoiled. I feel like in that draft. So it's a cool format. It's a different format. You know what I mean? It's a different format than what a lot of people are used to. So you got to kind of draft differently. Cause like Neil said, you know what I mean? The total points scored, like the cumulative points scored, like it's not the same as other stuff. You can have a guy like we talked about with Mike Evans, like 14 weeks of Mike Evans. You just want the points, right, Neil? Like
exactly. Who cares when they come? Yeah.
Who cares when they come? Whereas like on these other sites, like if you don't get points a specific week, you might just be dead. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's a week where you're going to like need it or you're done. That's not this.
Yeah. Mike Evans scoring you 0 points in weeks 14, 15, or 15, 16, 17 in another format. That just kills you. Like just losing an early round pick in that format is huge. Whereas here, it's like, doesn't matter because he's already paid off early in the season by scoring a lot of points. Right. And now other players are going to fill in
for, you know, 2 touchdowns, like 5 out of the first 6 weeks. You know, like Mike Evans gonna be a smash if he's doing the Devontae Adams early in the season where he's just scoring touchdowns left and right.
Yeah. I assume we're getting out of here now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
two drafts. What do you have anything that you want to tell people about? Sell them on.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, if you guys want to get over to runpuresports.com, we are ramping it up for football season. We got a ton of new tools. The bet site is totally revamped. Shout out to Gambly, powered by Gambly. They did the whole Run Pure bet site over. It's awesome. It's super user friendly, easier for you guys to tail any of our cappers over there. Big T, myself, JBC, Third and Schlong, all these guys posting bets. It's very easy to tail, super simple. And if you have any questions, you can get in the Discord. You can ask us. We'll help you out. But you can use the code Forever25 for 25% off for life, as long as you don't unsubscribe, and it'll get you access to everything. Any package you want, you can use that code for. And I'll be back on with Sacrilegious from Legendary Upside tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Love to hear it. I will. I'll be there for that. I'll check that out. You can find me, of course, in the Flannelverse, is where all my stuff is right now. I'll have something out tomorrow. I'll be streaming a lot going forward the rest of the best ball season, and then of course the NFL season all the time during NFL season. So you'll be seeing a lot of me if you choose to over the next several months. But yeah, you can find me in the Flannelverse. You can find me on X at PlayerQDFS. Yeah, I don't know. Check out the new show that the Confidence Game just launched yesterday. First show with Eric Beimfour and Jordan Vanek. We ranked our confidence in the wide receiver threes on each team by underdog ADP. The possibility of the wide receiver 3 outscoring their own team's wide receiver 2. It was a fun conversation. Check that out if you have not already done so. All right, it was fun getting back into this with you, John. We'll be doing this again next week. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe, by the way. We're getting out of here. All right, thanks everybody. See you soon.